Hey there. I'm just making this little video to show you why you received the points that you did on your essay. Um, so here's your essay right here, okay? And off the bat, I noticed you have this additional space between your paragraphs. Here, you mentioned in your email to me how I highlighted morality and moving. I was actually highlighting the space between those paragraphs. See, you have space between here. I wasn't highlighting Patel 4 up here. I was highlighting how you had this space between your paragraphs that shouldn't be there. Look, see that space? And I've gone over this several times on pretty much every single essay that I've edited over the semester. I've gone over this. And so I've demonstrated how you have to select all, you go to paragraph, and when you open paragraph, you should see everything filled. You should see 0, 0, double. And I've instructed several times that if you do not see 0, 0, double, that means there's inconsistencies in the formatting throughout your paper. So you need to put 0 and you need to click on double. Okay. All right. So you have a space there. So now the space between your paragraphs is no longer there. This is proper MLA formatting. Been going over this all semester, talking about is the MLA formatting is really the only standard for this whole class. Teaching you all how to write an MLA formatted essay that integrates quotes correctly, which brings us to the next major issue with your paper, is your quotes. You had to learn by this point how to integrate a quote correctly. This is a drop quote. Since week 2, the week 2 PowerPoint, I went over how drop quotes are incorrect. You have to integrate your quote. So you have one error here, just in general, that this is a drop quote. Then you also have error here, where the parenthetical citation is supposed to be inside of the sentence. The period does not go before the parenthetical citation because the parenthetical citation belongs to the sentence. So the period should be here. So that's another error right there. Let me give that a different color. And then you have this error. All semester long, I've been discussing how when you cite your source, you do not include the first name of the author. You only include the last name. And we've had research in every single one of our essays since essay 1 and then essay 2 and essay 3. And I've consistently discussed this and I've consistently taught this in all the lectures. So just right here, you have 3 errors. 1, 2, 3. And then you do the same thing here. Quote, not integrated. Period. Not in the right place. And then author's first name included in the parenthetical citation. That's incorrect. You cannot do that. And I know that you know how to do these things because look, I mean, at least I know that you know how to integrate because here you write Noel McPhee states, and then you have this. Now, this is another error. Again, same error as before. Periods go inside quotation marks. Well, in this case, the period goes inside the quotation mark because there's no parenthetical citation. So that's an error. I've discussed that. That's in week 2 PowerPoint. All right. Oh, extra space. Okay. Then we have some issues of the way you write your titles. In the previous week's lecture, I discussed how if you state the title of the book and series, that they need to be in italics, even in the title, Harry Potter and Harry Potter. Now, maybe you weren't talking about Harry Potter, the title of the book and the title of the film. Maybe you were talking about the character. So I did give you 10 points back. So instead of 55, you have a 65. But then here, though, right here, the Harry Potter franchise, this is a title. It's the franchise is called the Harry Potter franchise. That's a proper noun. It's a title of the franchise. So that should be in italics, 100%. All right. So that was an error. Capital N here is an error. Okay, so if we count these up, even though I gave these back to you, I'm still gonna count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, plus the formatting is 12. That's 12 errors. And each error, as I've discussed before this, is worth 5 points off. So 12 times 5 is 60. Subtract that from 100, and your grade should be a 40. But instead, I gave you some of those back. And so instead, I gave you a 65. So instead of 55, I did go ahead and just assume that maybe these two are not, maybe you are not referring to the stories, you're referring to the character, Harry Potter, as in Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone and Harry Potter in the film. Okay, so I gave you back, which really that was just one error. So I gave you back 10 points. So now you have a 65 on this paper instead of a 55. I hope that makes sense to you why it is that you scored what you scored. These are major things that I've discussed all semester since week 2. Okay, and they need to be shown that you've mastered them. We don't have a lot of standards in this class, and so the ones that we do have, you need to show to be able to demonstrate mastery over. Okay.